Hi, my name is Lazerbeak.
And my name is Dessa.
And you're listening to
The Interview Show. And we're from
Doomtree.
Okay, I don't know if we can let them use that. It sounded really dumb. Let's do it one more time.
Okay, that's fine. What's up? My name is Lazerbeak.
My name is Dessa.
We're from Doomtree.
And you're listening
to
The Interview Show.
Bang.
I don't fight just to bleed. I wear my stripes on my sleeve and keep my heart where it's supposed to be. I know my enemy, only let my friends close to me. Cleared my head, awoke myself from your broken dream.
It gets hard, doesn't it? Like love and war is redundant. Both demand strong hands, strong stomachs. I rock brass knuckles over my kid gloves. Like you wake up with busted teeth, but no, you felt real love. You felt real love. You felt real. You felt real love. I rock brass knuckles over my kid gloves. Like you wake up with busted teeth, but no, you felt real love. You felt real love. You felt real. You felt real love. I rock brass knuckles over my kid gloves. Broke your heart, broke your jaw, but you know you felt
She's got that swagger now, dagger in the back, flash dance. A frantic answers to questions of fast cash. The face of an angel with the eyes of an alcoholic, looking for love, but always drunk when it's calling. Got that last call, chasing a dream weaver in Nassau. Those lips look like love to lip readers, but up close, the world's deadliest venom. Girl, playing woman, swimming through men, liquored up to the linen. Daddy's little underager, undercover agent, aging under the covers of 100 lovers' faces. But let's face it, that makeup is wasting away her beauty. That's basic, filling a void, but evasive and vacant. I tried to avoid, but she stays patiently naked, crying wolf to this pagan until her Maybelline faded into her necklace and bracelet. It made her painless and jaded. Hated to chase her, hated it more when it came to dating.
You felt real love. You felt real. You felt real love.
I rock glass fronts over my bare teeth, like you wake up with broken dreams, but no, you felt real love.
You felt real love. You felt real. You felt real love.
I rock glass fronts over my bare teeth, like you wake up with broken dreams, but no, you felt real.
Babe, it's work to whistle if it's love, it's labor. I'm the first to issue an admission of my bad behavior. I'm a mouthy little drunk and I'm a tyrant when I'm angry. Clumsy with company, careful with family. Break bones before promises, throw stones before towers. I get nervous at parties, but I'm like bedrock at hospitals. So my birthstone, what's my blood type? Let's eat this thing with a little bold nerve and a little foresight. Of course I expect you to get rough, cause it always does in life and love. Best you can do is try to find other survivors. Take flight or get fried to the wire. They like the briar, but I got your back when your feet to the fire, love. Real, recognize real, the counterfeit's rejected. Come correct the kind and leave the table now. Hold your hand, but your pocket's not protected. It takes one to know one, and two to double down. Real, recognize real, the counterfeit's rejected. Come correct the kind and leave the table now. Hold your hand, but your pocket's not protected. It takes one to know one, and two to double down. My blood is thicker than liquor, your skin is thinner than money. I've seen it go. In every picture you take, this love is hidden in scripture. My pen is splintered and bloody, I hear a ghost. In every record I'm making, my blood is thicker than liquor, your skin is thinner than money. I've seen it go. In every picture you've taken, this love is hidden in scripture. My pen is splintered and bloody, I hear a ghost. In every record I'm making.
All right, welcome to The Interview Show. This is Scott Wood, your host, and today I have Doomtree on the show. Specifically, I've got Dessa and Lazerbeak. Hi, guys.
Hello,
Hey,
hello.
thank you for having us.
No problem. I'm excited. Now, first of all, because a lot of people aren't going to understand what Doomtree is, I'd love it if you guys could jump in there and sort of describe what it is, because it's a little bit unique.
Absolutely, it is. We are a 7-person collective, basically, and we've known each other for probably over a decade. Worked together as solo artists to create music and lasting family and friendships.
And we're out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And we're on the road right now for 5 weeks together. This is the first time that all 7 members have gone on the road together. And we do primarily hip-hop stuff. So we're 5 MCs and 2 DJ/producers.
Nice. Now, collective, I mean, I'll come at it this way. A lot of guys in the hip-hop game are going to be pretty jealous of the setup you guys have because you all work collaboratively. Doomtree is a collective of guys that work together, so you put out records as Doomtree. You also do your own stuff, and you work together on your own stuff. So, wow, that must be a great creative outlet for you guys, creative community, all those words. So I would love it if you guys could talk about how you guys work and put things together.
As far as the music goes?
Yeah.
Basically, I'm a producer, so I just make a ton of beats all the time in the basement. And then as those are getting made, they get kind of spread around to the different MCs. And it just kind of happens. It's not any, like, set, we're going to practice every Wednesday and make a new song, but it just slowly kind of happens always.
I think we've been loose enough with how we've defined the collective that we've really given ourselves a lot of kind of leeway to make different kinds of projects and to grow within the collective. And I think less than having like a mission statement towards which we're always striving, Doomtree has always existed to try to help one another find success in whatever projects we're doing. So it's less about like specifically trying to come up with a particular kind of product every year as it is in helping one another try to find success with those products. So like recently Lazerbeak put out a record called Legend Recognized Legend, which for us was kind of a departure. He produced and arranged and sang the whole disc. And so the Doomtree's job then was to say, okay, one of our members has a new artistic endeavor. Our task is to pull together whatever resources and creative ideas we have to help make that a success. And the year before that, I wrote a book, and we all sat around and did the same thing. So we've tried to kind of roll with the punches and give ourselves room to change as we do as artists.
Wow, that sounds awesome, and I'm sure that there are a lot of artists out there that are jealous of the setup you guys have. I would love if you guys could talk a little bit about how you guys actually like make songs, because it's a little bit of a unique arrangement, I'm assuming. Because, you know, most MCs either have to make the beats themselves or shop around for them, but you guys sound like you have kind of a collaborative thing going where perhaps you guys even work together after that has been established.
Right.
Yes, no?
Exactly. I mean, it's kind of like we have our own in-house production team almost. So we work with the producers, and besides myself and Paper Tiger, POS and Cecil both make beats as well, so people kind of have their hands all over the place. So, you know, it's usually the producer and the MC working together to kind of create the song, and then but it's not just like, okay, I give you the beat, and as a producer, my role is done. It's kind of like we all have creative input to the very end, you know, recording, mixing, all that kind of stuff.
So usually, like, the quick and dirty process would be, like, if Lazerbeak and I were going to work together in a song, he'd come up with a beat. He'd probably give that beat to me or let a few of the MCs in Doomtree listen to it, at which point I would kind of try to scramble to the top of the heap and say, this one's mine, I want track 2. I'd write to it, and then we'd work together again probably to sequence it, so to figure out where the choruses and verses should land and how those should sound different from one another. And then Beak would probably hang out in the studio while I recorded it, providing some kind of production, kind of like an executive producer role about which takes are good and which are lousy. And then we'd probably also work together in fine-tuning that, you know, trying to figure out the dramatic moment to maybe drop a snare or to mix another element in the beat up for some dynamic difference. So we'd really probably be collaborative until the song was completely done and pressed and out.
So then how do you select who gets the beats? Like, I know you've worked with a lot of people in Doomtree, and you've worked with some people outside of Doomtree.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to ask a producer, when you make a beat, is it like a screenwriter writing for an actor?
Sure. It generally, for me, isn't. I know it's different for everybody. A lot of times it's just the act of constantly making stuff, and then you can kind of figure out once it's done where it may lay. And I gotta be honest, probably more than half the time, people pick beats that I wouldn't expect for them, just because I don't have the ear for what everyone's gonna like. But when it comes down to working on a project like the next record we're putting out is the Sims album that's come out in February, and I made all the beats for that. He did all the raps. So when we got locked into that mode, it was easy to kind of, once you had a couple songs done, kind of figure out where the album was going and then tailor the sounds to that direction, I guess. So it's a little bit different when you're doing a whole record as opposed to just one song here, one song there, I guess.
What happens if you get into a situation where you have a beat, you've intended it for, let's say, Sims, Dessa hears it and she's like, no, I want this. Does that happen, and how do you guys negotiate that?
It does
It
happen.
does
Not
happen.
very often.
It hasn't happened as often as I would even have expected it to. It's, it's a lot of just talking it out and figuring out what's going to happen.
And on very few occasions, the closest we'd ever get to really duking it out would be if Sims and I were both ferociously in love with the beat, we'd probably both scramble to record a demo of it, and then push to see whose was better. So every once in a while you just fold your hand and go, oh man,
and
he killed me on that one.
And it's tough as a producer. You can lose track of what beats are out there, who has what when you're giving CDs out. So it's time to do a better job. I'm learning that it's probably better for me to keep track of what everybody has to avoid those instances.
So I would love it if you could take a specific track and talk a little bit about that.
Sure.
Because since I have the two of you, you guys worked on 3 tracks on the current Doomtree record, or you've worked together on your record?
Yeah. So like the most recent couple of records that we had come out was Mine came out, which is called The Badly Broken Code, in January, and Lazerbeak has 2 beats on that one. And then Lazerbeak's came out in, what was the release date? Late September. And both POS and I, lent the occasional supplementary vocal to his disc.
Yeah. So for my record, Dessa was kind of involved. You want just one song as opposed to...
I would love one song because it's great to have you guys talking the song under it, and then I can go to the song.
Gotcha. Yeah. Do you want to talk about Bound since we both sing on it? Maybe?
That's perfect.
Okay.
Blame it on the rolling hills.
Hi, my name is Lazerbeak,
And my name is Dessa,
and you're listening to
the interview show. And we're from
Doomtree.
Okay, I don't know if we can let them use that. It sounded really dumb. Let's do one more time.
Okay, that's fine. What's up? My name is Lazerbeak.
My name is Dessa.
We're from Doomtree.
And you're listening
to
the interview show.
Bang. So there's a track called Bound on my album that it was actually the first song that I made that I realized this isn't really a rap beat. I could almost hear myself singing on it. I had a melody. And so that was kind of what started the process of making the album. And it just seemed like it would lend itself well to a female vocalist behind it. And very easy to call up my good friend Dessa and ask her to help me out with making the song. So from there, we had just the basic beat that I had made in the basement, like the demo. And then through the course of making the song, she came on with singing vocals with me, but then she also helped in arranging a string part that kind of brings the song a little bit more to life. And then we brought in a string player, so we kind of all worked on that together.
Yeah, and I think after Lazerbeak sent me the beat and the lyrics, or listening to that, some of the work happened in studio. So we're actually sitting, with an engineer who's got Pro Tools open, and he's recording us as we go. And I'm in the vocal booth, and Lazerbeak is in the other room, kind of listening to the take as it happens, and is providing some feedback on that. And then we did a lot of humming into the lousy shotgun mic on my MacBook, that comes stock with the deal, to try to do some of the supplementary string lines on the top.
So, I don't know, I'll just switch gears a little bit and I'll ask a couple of goofy questions. Doomtree came together, and I was reading actually that Dessa actually got asked to join Doomtree. Dessa got asked to join Doomtree, so I was wondering what that was like.
I said no.
Yeah, she was not
so
having
I'm
it.
still just sort of no. Yeah, for me that was definitely not only a really, in an ego way, it was really exciting. It was flattering. It made me feel like I was good enough to be part of something that I had long admired from afar. But in retrospect, definitely a pivotal evening in what's become my livelihood and my career. So that was maybe 6 years ago, and it happened in the living room of a garbage house that most of the guys lived in communally, really late at night. I remember calling my mom afterwards to tell her that I had been asked to join a rap crew called Doomtree, and then she had a cautionary story to tell me about the evils of cocaine. and I started over and assured her that I would not make enough money to buy any cocaine.
Certainly not.
Certainly not.
But what's it like? I mean, it must be like getting an invitation to join the mob or what have you. Is it a serious thing? I imagine it to be a big thing.
At that time, it was probably a little less serious because we were still figuring out what Doomtree was in the first place.
But at the same time, I think I didn't know that as much. Do you know what I mean?
True.
You guys seem more put together than I know us now to have been.
Right, sure.
We were not anything very serious at that point. But to me, it was Doomtree really was housing some of my very favorite artists, and they were also all dudes. So, and I also wasn't really rapping that aggressively. I was doing mostly singing and spoken word, so I wasn't sure that that there would be any interest at all in having me participate in that. So I didn't feel like a sure bet. It felt like an outside chance at very best, and it was something I've been very careful not to talk to them about, because I didn't want to be perceived as a friend who was a friend in hopes of being a collaborator. Those were the guys who I liked socially, and I didn't want to look like I was trying to get on.
Yeah, fair enough. I also read that Lazerbeak is a big Jay-Z geek.
I am, truly, one of the biggest geeks of all time.
Uh-huh.
So what's the geekiest thing you've done in terms of Jay-Z?
I have had dreams where I am hanging out with Jay-Z quite frequently in the last decade, probably. And they're not weird dreams. They're totally normal. One involved us in a cabin
Right.
In the middle of winter, looking out of a glass window at some deer that were walking by in the snow and commenting on how beautiful that was. And then another one involved, he was running for president, and he asked me to be his vice president in the runnings. And he was like, you know what, I have to go down to, I think he had to go to South America to handle some things. He's like, so you are in charge now. And when I get back, we're going to take this election, and then it's going to be great. So that's probably the weirdest, geekiest stuff that I've done. I can't believe I just said that,
I know,
actually.
it's exciting. I'm pretty excited.
It was actually It was pretty clever because if you said anything, she could have checked you on it. Right?
That's true. That's true.
Anything real, I mean.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nothing real. I'm sure.
There's no contact.
Yeah.
Sum total, 0 contact.
Yeah.
Just lots of one-directional love.
So do you guys feel that you're ever taken the wrong way because you use so many heavy elements in a lot of your beats?
Do you mean like musically heavy?
Yeah. I'm not talking about you specifically. Like, I think your record was quite different from what people might associate with Doomtree.
Sure.
I think that sometimes from the inside, I still feel like we, at our core, when we do make hip-hop, we come from a fairly traditional element. Maybe I'm sticking more of the music itself, but I've been surprised at how far out people think we necessarily are, because I've been so influenced by a lot of mainstream rap and just rap in general that I feel like my stuff really isn't that far off. I could see it going with someone like Jay-Z, to bring that up again, if he's out there listening. So I am taken aback sometimes by how different and weird people think the music is, because when I'm making it, it feels like there's a closer connection to just normal, everyday stuff you might even hear on the radio. So,
yeah, I agree. I don't understand it either, but I find it interesting when guys try to do something a little bit different and are sometimes get static for it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we're obviously used to it, but I mean, it doesn't bother me. I guess it took me by surprise a little more.
Since you did make so many heavy beats with POS on his record, what's it like working with a guy who can also make his own beats?
It is. It's a challenge. It's not a challenge, but it is different, because he obviously has a sound in mind generally when he goes into making a new record, and so with Never Better, he really wanted to take it to a more experimental place. And he let me know that before we even got started on it. So I had a foundation to work off of, and then we just toyed with it, So when one beat worked, we analyzed why it worked, and then we kind of moved on from there. So it's fun. It's more of a challenge because he obviously he knows every little thing about it. He actually taught me how to make beats. So there's no half stepping with him, I should say. Not that I'm ever doing that, but and he plays. Since he knows it front to back, he plays probably a little bit bigger role sometimes in molding the song once I give him the beat. He might drastically change elements because he knows how to do that, and he can take the track and add stuff
Himself.
to it. Yeah. As a producer.
With me, constant whole stepping.
Yeah.
Even, you know what I mean?
With that, I'm just like, here's a drum beat. Why don't you just go figure that one out?
I love it already, dude.
Here's a piano and a violin line.
Single, I love it.
All right, guys, I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much. I would love it, as we end the show, if you could take one track, preferably one that you guys have both worked on, talk a little bit about it, and I'll sound up on that.
Perfect.
So we do it for my record? Yeah. Let's see. Should we do...
Which one do you like better?
They're all so lovely in their own ways. Let's do Dutch.
Okay.
So Dutch was a beat that I heard on a CD that I think Beak had been playing for several of the MCs in Doomtree. I think I heard it in the car first.
Yeah.
I feel like I usually
hear it floating around, I think.
Yeah. I feel like I usually hear most of Beak's beats in the car first, and I really, really loved the guitar that opened up the track, and I felt like the songs that I had written already for the record could use something that was a little bit less heartachy and had a little more grit to it, and I thought that his might be kind of a nice way to add some contrast to the existing kind of like bittersweet songs that are already on the disc.
Yeah. Was it the last song that you wrote, or one of the last songs you wrote for the album? And so at that point there was a better vision of what the thing was shaping up to be, and it seemed to maybe add a little lightness to some of the heavier parts of the record,
Totally. And a little more attitude. I really that guitar for me was the element that really defined that beat. So.
And that one came together fast, if I remember right.
It did, yeah. I'm generally a very slow writer, and I hope it's because I'm meticulous, or maybe it's just because I'm slow. But that one came together really quickly. So.
And it was a rap.
It was a rap with a W and without a
triple
W.
Platinum.
And now I have triple platinum and doing the old victory lap.
Yep, victory lap. Absolutely.
For the record, we're in a totally empty club, and behind us you can probably hear the barback shoveling ice. So we're here, we're paying our dues and
still
grinding
not enough money
bit.
for cocaine. It may never be enough.
Wasted worry, ma.
Well, guys, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you
Thanks
so
a
much.
lot.
Hi, my name is Lazerbeak.
And my name is Dessa.
and you're listening to
The Interview Show. And we're from
Doomtree.
Okay, I don't know if we can let them use that. It sounded really dumb. Let's do it one more time.
Okay, that's fine. What's up? My name is Lazerbeak.
My name is Dessa.
We're from Doomtree.
And you're listening
to
The Interview Show.
Bang.
Hey, mind your step, I keep the overhead low. Just the bed and the books and the rotary phone. Chicago Manual of Style keeps the prose right. Crisp, Minneapolis edition, well it goes like this. Well, I talk way too fast, I shoot from a glass. I keep hope in the glove box, Plath on the dash. And there's nobody's shotgun, I got enough gas to get Vegas by daybreak. I'm not coming back, I'm pushing this luck all the way to the coast. I'm throwing it over just to see if it floats. I'm taking my chances, I'm making my own, cause I've been pretty impatient. I'm ready to go. I'm the book that beat the speed reader, and I'm the card the dealers won't touch. And it's just not true, I'm a man-eater. All the same, we should probably go Dutch. I'm the book that beat the speed reader, and I'm the card the dealers won't touch. And it's just not true, I'm a man-eater. All the same, we should probably go Dutch. So careful, kid, with that wolf whistle. You never know what you'll attract, and you shouldn't make noise to which you wouldn't want to listen. What's good for the goose is good for the gander back. And I'm packed and I'm out before dawn. Leave a tip on the sink, all the staff, they work hard. I hit rain, I hit sleep, but mostly weather stays good. Hit a deer on I-80, put off the hood, but you can't play for keeps if you never draw blood. You just brace and you breathe. You drive through the dust, you go through people and places. You hope the engine can take it. They get you up on the blocks on a regular basis, but innocence is overrated based on what you haven't done. I don't need a poker face, open book, smoking gun, renegade agents. I got no taste for their races. I run on whiskey and risking on weed and impatience. I'm the book that beat the speed reader, and I'm the card the dealers won't touch. And it's just not true, I'm a man-eater. All the same, we should probably go Dutch. I'm the book that beat the speed reader, and I'm the card the dealers won't touch. And it's just not true, I'm a man-eater. All the same, we should probably go Dutch. Cause love is like liquor, it burns as it moves you. As far as I figure, there's nobody fireproof. So thank you for the offer, it truly was kind of you. I take you up on it, but just passing through. Cause I talk way too fast, and I shoot from a glass. I keep hope in the glove box, Plath on the dash. And there's no one in shotgun, I got enough gas to get Vegas by daybreak. I'm not coming back, not coming back. No, I'm not coming back. No, I'm not, no, I'm not, no, I'm not coming back. I'm the book that beat the speed reader, and I'm the card the dealers won't touch. And it's just not true, I'm a man-eater. All the same, we should probably go Dutch. I'm the book that beat the speed reader, and I'm the card the dealers won't touch. And it's just not true, I'm a man-eater. All the same, we should probably go Dutch.